Hi Montana, day 75. Today on the floor session we had 13 bills up for second reading, 14 bills up for third reading. 8 of those 13 bills on second reading got almost 90% approval. So we're still only having less than half really controversial bills. We passed a great bill today, 98-2. 2 male representatives voted against Senate Bill 29, which is a bill to define consent, to say no means no and not fighting does not mean yes. It's a great bill. It's a step forward on our sexual assault laws for both men and women. We passed bills with a lot of agreement covering nurseries, livestock, feeding wild turkeys or not feeding them, hunting licenses, commercial driver's licenses, pulse crops, gambling, asbestos cleanup. We spent a lot of time talking about property taxes on Flathead Lake today. We passed a bill that had failed on a 50-50 vote earlier. That's the one that I talked about that just brings the section of code into the same compliance as all of the other sections of code a while back. We stopped talking about the number of days that we go to school and talked about the number of hours that we go to school, and we had missed this one section of code. The Republicans were afraid of it, and we got it reconsidered, and I thought it was ironic that in order to, not ironic, but entertaining in a really sick way, that a Republican, in order to get this bill to pass, had to stand up and promise, solemnly swear that no schools anywhere will be getting any money from this bill. It really does just change the language. So that passed. On third reading today, the majority doubled down on their stance that lawyers should be allowed to discriminate. Guess how many jobs bills we passed? 0. Guess how many infrastructure bills we passed? 0. However, we did spend your tax dollars creating 2 more government committees. In education this afternoon, we heard Senate Bill 361, which would give schools the ability to revoke a driver's license or food stamps or other public assistance from families of truant students who miss more than 9 days a semester. We passed it immediately after hearing it, and the same exact people who don't think that we should have preschool because kids should be at home and want to have voted to give tax dollars to homeschool programs and have voted to defund public schools in all kinds of other ways and dismantle the public school system. Now today said we should take money from the families who are not getting their kids to school every day. We had a resolution to study truancy and absenteeism and attendance in schools across the state. And I didn't even stand up for it when we voted because I thought for sure it was just going to be a voice vote and everyone was going to say, yes, let's study this. And it died on a party line vote. All of the Republicans voted, yes, truancy is a really bad problem. Let's take public assistance and driver's licenses away from families who can't get their young kids or force their older kids to go to school. But no, let's not study the issue. It was a frustrating afternoon in Education Committee. I think that was our last Education Committee meeting. We don't have any more bills coming to us. So some good and some bad. As always, I'll see you tomorrow.